I fucking hate all the morons on this list with a passion. But keep in mind that when I say that I fucking hate them, I mean as directors. I have nothing against them personally. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to them in real life. The fact that they are bad directors doesn't make them bad people overall. It just means that they make bad movies, that's all. These directors don't fucking care about the quality of their movies. They are only making these movies for money or to push their own ego. And those are terrible reasons to make movies. I will be getting more into that when I talk about each director. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 5, Michael Bay. The reason why he's at the bottom of the list is because honestly, I do like a couple of his movies. Bad Boys 2 is funny as hell, and I personally consider Transformers Revenge of the Fallen to be a masterpiece. But does the fact that he makes some good movies make him a good director? No, it doesn't. Even if I liked most of his movies, I wouldn't consider him a good director. Being a good director is about more than just making good movies. You also have to be able to take criticism, which is something that Michael Bay clearly can't do. How do I know this? Well, in the third Transformers movie, he included every problem that people had with the second one. If he was a good director, he would have at least attempted to fix that. But he didn't. The fact that I hate the fourth Transformers movie with a passion proves that the Transformers movies just got worse with time. And for the record, I never said that Revenge of the Fallen is a good adaptation. I know it's not. I just personally think it's a good movie. Another problem with Michael Bay is the fact that he is a heartless cunt. And no, I'm not saying that because he makes bad movies. The kind of entertainment somebody makes has nothing to do with if that person is good or not. Of course I know that. But what does make him a heartless cunt, however, is fucking Pearl Harbor. I did watch it myself in preparation for this video, and let me tell you, that movie is nothing but a mockery of tragic event. It proves that he doesn't fucking care about other people. And not caring about other people by definition makes him heartless. Some of them might call me a hypocrite, as I have no problem with that happening in Family Guy and South Park. But here's the thing, Family Guy and South Park aren't trying to trivialize those tragic events. They just make joke of them. And it's alright to make a joke of that as long as you don't treat it like an insignificant event. That's exactly what Michael Bay did with Pearl Harbor. Oh, and he is also one of those people behind the fucking awful production company, Platinum Dunes. Which I will not be talking about in this video at all, since this is a list of the top 5 worst directors. Therefore, I will only be discussing the movies they direct and their ability to direct movies. Number 4, M. Night Shyamalan. Many people say that M. Night Shyamalan used to be good, but has gone downhill. I fucking disagree a lot. In order to qualify as used to be good, you need to have at least a decade of mostly good movies. M. Night Shyamalan didn't. He has only made 3 good movies in his career. 3! And those are Unbreakable, The Sixth Sense, and Signs. Everything else he has made afterwards was shit. Oh, and I haven't seen any of his movies before he made those 3 movies I just mentioned. And since nobody really talks about them, I don't think they're even worth bringing up. M. Night Shyamalan is fucking brilliant, I'm not denying that. But he is not brilliant in a good way, he is brilliant in an awful way. How is he brilliant? Well, He manages to take something fun and very interesting and make it ridiculously fucking dull. I really do think that Lady in the Water is a good concept for a movie. But the reason why it's so dull is because he took that concept and made everything about it as dull as possible. Oh, and not to mention he totally fucking butchered a great franchise. Which is something that every director on this list are guilty of. About the only time he didn't make something interesting dull was when he made The Village. M. Night Shyamalan is the master of dullness. But that is definitely not a good thing. Number 3. Paul W.S. Anderson. This moron didn't just butcher the Resident Evil franchise once, he did it 6 fucking times. And let me tell you, I haven't played any of the Resident Evil games. I never got the chance to. But from what I've heard, they are very fun games where you fight a bunch of zombies. And I can confirm that as I have seen Alpha Omega Sin's Let's Plays of it. And the fact that I haven't really played that is a good thing. Because of that fact, I can actually comment on if the Resident Evil movies are good as standalone movies. No, they're fucking not. They are fucking awful movies even if you don't compare them to the games. And since I don't play the games, I can't confirm that. I am willing to admit that I do laugh at most of them. Yeah, the Resident Evil movies fall under the category so bad that it's funny. But I'm not laughing at them because they have some good jokes or over the top moments. I'm laughing at them only because of how fucking stupid they are. And others have said that the Resident Evil movies have nothing in common with the games aside from the names. Yeah, Paul W.S. Anderson probably just titled the movies Resident Evil so they would make a lot of money. Because if he didn't, nobody would bother to watch any of this bullshit. Oh, and remember when I talked about how heartless Michael Bay was? Well, Paul W. S. Anderson made a movie called fucking Pompeii. And since I already explained how Pearl Harbor makes Michael Bay heartless, I really don't need to explain why this movie makes Paul W. S. Anderson heartless, as the same pretty much applies here. Number 2, Raja Gosnell. You know what one of my favorite shows of all time is? The Smurfs. Yeah, the Smurfs are so fucking wonderful, so fucking funny. Not to mention the villain is brilliant as well. Yeah, I never get tired of Gargamel or any of the Smurfs for that matter. But the reason why I fucking hate Raja Gosnell so much is because he took something that I love and totally fucking butchered it. It was bad to know that the Smurfs don't even belong in the real world, but he made it even worse with the sequel by butchering Gargamel and having nothing like he is in the show. Some people have told me that I shouldn't make this comparison since the movie is based on the comics and not the show. But guess what? The show that I love so much is also based on that same fucking comic. So I think it's reasonable to make that comparison since the show is a much better adaptation. Oh, and by the way, that moron didn't just butcher one beloved franchise, he butchered 2. That's right, he also made those Scooby-Doo movies. I didn't watch them in preparation for this video, but let me just say that these movies really pissed off a lot of the fans of Scooby-Doo. This fucking moron just doesn't care about the fans. It's obvious. He's only making those movies because he has no talent. I can't fucking stand directors who are so desperate for money that they don't even attempt to make their movies good. That's something that applies to every single last one of the morons on this list. Number 1, Jason Friedberg and Aaron Salzer. Remember by the beginning of the video when I said that I don't want anything bad to happen to those people in real life? Well, that is true for the most part. However, I seriously want something bad to happen to those 2 fucking assholes in real life. Butchering a great source material is one thing. At least you can forget about these awful movies and just keep on enjoying the original source material. But what those 2 fucking assholes did is an unforgivable crime against cinema. They took a genre that used to be good and fucking massacred it and raped it. When people think of spoof movies nowadays, very rarely do they think of classics like The Great Dictator or Airplane. But instead, they think of bullshit like Disaster Movie and Meet the Spartans. These fucking assholes need to be fired and need to live on the streets. They don't deserve any job at all. I know I'm taking this seriously, but I have a damn good reason to take it seriously. The spoof genre is in a very bad shape right now. And the only good spoof movies made nowadays are spoof movies that aren't even officially categorized as spoof movies. Such as 22 Jump Street and the Lego Movie. These two movies do a much better job at spoofing things than any of those bullshit excuses for spoof movies. If those two fucking assholes never started their career, I can guarantee it that we would still have good spoof movies today. Seriously, fuck those assholes, they deserve to live on the streets. This has been my list of worst movie directors, and for the record, I don't want any of them to stop making movies. Except for those two assholes in the #1 spot. But everyone else can keep on making movies. I have no problem with that. In fact, they give me more material to bash when it comes to movies. And bashing bad movies really is fun to me. And I look forward to what those morons will come up with next. And when I do come up with something bad, I can almost guarantee that I will give their work a negative review. Well guys, that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for watching and have a great day.